welcome to In the Library with
Michele.
And I'm Adrian. And we're coming at you from the end of June 2026.
Oh my gosh. Next week is July. How is that even possible?
Well, that's what happens with the steady progression of time.
My brain is still in May. So.
It's gonna be May.
Oh, no. It's going to be one of those days, friends. I'm going to apologize now.
What our listeners can't see is that I keep making faces at Michele trying to get her to break. Some of our longtime listeners will be like, no, that sounds about right. We expected nothing less and we're still disappointed.
I wouldn't say that's true at all. No, I do not agree with that.
Oh, I just punched the microphone.
Yes,
Sorry.
you did.
Sorry, listeners. This is neither here nor there, but so sometimes when I talk, I wave my hands like crazy style.
Okay.
As you may have noticed.
Oh, yeah. No, I wouldn't imagine that at all.
One time we were in line at Cedar Point, and I don't even know what story I was telling, but I punched a lady in the ponytail.
I thought you were going to say you like hit somebody's drink and it went flying.
No, it just straight up. She was.
And how was her reaction?
She just looked at me very confused, and I'm like, I'm sorry, I was just talking big.
See, where I come from on the East Coast, we all talk with our hands. So it's just a normal thing. And especially if you're Italian, forget it. My dad was Italian, so he always talked with his hands.
Well, yeah. It's required.
It is.
All right. So if you have a story about punching somebody in the ponytail, leave it in the comment section down below.
All right. So this week, well, you took the phone call that the Monroe News called and wanted to do something on Monarch Mondays because it is Pollinator Week. Hello, It's Pollinator Week 2026. The article was about, how you can help save the monarch butterflies.
Oh, how can I do that?
Well, there's a lot of good things you can do. You can create a monarch way station. All right. A way station is a place for them to rest, to eat, to lay eggs. So you want to give them everything that they need. So our monarchs need milkweed. In this state, in Michigan, there are several milkweed varieties that you can use. You can use common milkweed. That's the big one that gets a little bit of, it spreads a lot, but it is easy to pull out of the ground. There is swamp milkweed, which I know I've talked about before, and then butterfly weed, which is going to be my subject today. Really beautiful plant, but you need milkweed because that's the only place where monarchs will lay their eggs. So that's called a host plant. Okay. Then you need also nectar plants.
Is that the co-host plant?
No, it's not the co-host plant. It is food for adult butterflies. Okay. But these will also support our pollinators, all our bees, our hummingbirds, any kind of critters that are out there that need nectar to survive. Mm-hmm. So you want to try to plant native if you can. And then if you can't find native plants, because they're not always easy to find, especially in your big box stores or even in your nurseries, you usually have to go to smaller plant sales. The zoo has one, Wild Ones has them in the spring and in the fall. But whatever you do plant, please just make sure for a nectar plant that it is a non-invasive. So please check it before you put it in your garden, because although it might be beneficial to certain critters, it may not be beneficial to the environment because invasives can cause a lot of damage.
I was planning on planting a ton of kudzu.
Oh, please don't do that. Please don't do that because it's impossible to get rid of. So you need your milkweed, you need some kind of nectar plants, and then you also need water. Okay, a water source for them. Now, butterflies like to drink out of shallow water. I usually put out a small dish with rocks so that they can stand on something because you don't want them drowning, obviously. And you throw in some soil too. So water, rocks, soil, they will go there for the water and they will get minerals out of there. It's called a puddling station, but it's a water source. And you'd be surprised at how many critters will use that. So you need your milkweed, you need your nectar plants, you need a water, you also need shelter. You don't want your garden or your plants that you're planting for your butterflies to be out in the wide open where the wind can whip them around, because they're the weight of a paper clip. Okay. They can fly through a lot of tough things, but it is a little hard to lay eggs or to eat while the wind is whipping your body in all kinds of directions. So, and then finally, and most importantly, I think for any person's garden, avoid chemicals of any kind, because they're toxic to us, to our critters, and to your pets too. So you don't want to do that. So if you want to help the monarch population, that's what you would do. You would plant certain kinds of things. And if you're not sure and you want more information, there's tons of websites out there. World Wildlife Fund, great website. National Wildlife Federation, Xerces Society, Monarch Joint Venture, and my personal favorite is Monarch Watch. Not only they give you tons of great information, but there's tons of teaching materials. So if you're a teacher or doing homeschool or trying to keep your kids occupied, there's a lot of kids stuff on these sites as well. So check those out. Somebody asked me a question the other day about milkweed, and I wanted to clarify it. She wanted to know if she says, "Oh, I found milkweed seeds. Can I plant them now?" You can, but they are not going to come up unless they have been cold stratified. They need 30 days of cold in order to germinate. So chances are, if you put it in the ground now, it's not going to take until next year. So just keep that in mind. I would not be planting seeds now. It's going to be brutally hot next week. Plants will stress out. So they need cold stratification. So no, you can't plant milkweed seeds now. So hate to tell you that, but that's the truth. And I'm standing by it.
You say you can't, but I'm going to.
Go for it, and they'll pop up for you next year.
Just to be contrarian.
Oh, well, I guess I shouldn't be surprised. So the plant of the week, the native plant of the week, stop making faces at me, is Asclepias tuberosa.
You just made that up.
Did not. It is the Latin name for butterfly weed. Now, the general name for it, it's very deceiving because people think, oh, weed, I can't put it in my garden. No, it's actually a beautiful plant. If you're here at the library, please check out the Monarch Way stations because they are in bloom right now in the stations, and they are beautiful. So these produce a beautiful tubular orange flower that is very easy for our butterflies to use their proboscis and to get the nectar out of those flowers. Plus, they can use that as a host plant to lay their eggs. So they get about 2 feet tall and about 2 feet wide. But if you let them seed and you don't bother cutting off your seed heads in the fall, you'll get a bigger patch of butterfly weed every year. It's a very hardy plant. It does like a sunny location, and it does like it drier. It doesn't like it like swamp milkweed. Swamp milkweed, just like the name says, it likes water. Butterfly weed does not, okay? It likes it to be dry. So if you have a dry, sunny spot in your yard that drains well, boom, this is a great plant for you. The one thing you can't do, once you put them in a spot, they do not transplant well. They get a very long taproot. This is one of the reasons why they can do so well in dry, whether we have a drought or whether it's a dry area. Their long taproot makes it possible for them to survive. However, it also makes it very difficult to transplant them. So once you put them in a spot, I don't recommend moving them. They are just beautiful. If you haven't seen them, I would absolutely look them up. They do start out a little slow, but once they get moving, you're going to love them. And they are just beautiful. So it's one of my, I know I say this every time, it's one of my favorites. It is, but right now it's in bloom. So I'm all over that with the...
They're all your favorites.
They're all my favorites. Just like your children, I do have one favorite child. I only have one child, so she's my favorite. But
doesn't that mean that she's also your least favorite by association?
No, I couldn't say that about her, but she doesn't listen to the podcast, so I can say whatever I want about her. So these bloom from June, July, and August. Beautiful orange color. The bees love them. The birds love them. You know who doesn't love them? The deer. So you can plant these. Your deer are not going to eat them, which is a really nice thing. And you want to space these about 1 to 3 feet apart. And they're good in zones 3 through 9. We happen to be in 6B. So it's very safe for our area, and they will overwinter here. No problem.
The B is for Michigan.
No, it's just different zones. Just different zones. We have zone 6A and 6B. So yeah, us here right on the lake, we are 6B.
The B is for Michigan.
Oh, please don't listen to him. He has no idea what he's talking about. So that's my plug for butterfly weed. And it is not a weed. It is a native plant. So
It has weed right in the title.
it doesn't matter. Does not matter. Whoever named it, maybe didn't think that through. So we'll call it Asclepias tuberosa.
You're just making that word up.
No, not. It is the Latin name for it. So yeah, that's my take on this week.
So, with that being said, what have you been reading?
Ooh, I've been reading a lot lately. I just finished The Correspondent.
Which correspondent?
The Correspondent. Who is it by? Leslie. No, I'm looking it up. Oh, sorry. That one's by Virginia Evans.
Virginia Evans.
Yes. So that was really good. The whole book, most of the book is in letters. So a woman writing letters to people. Some of them are emails. And at first it's really a little bit confusing, but once you get in it, it is really good. I really enjoyed that. It is a 24-week wait list on Hoopla, though. So I did wind up purchasing that. So I didn't want to wait that long.
Whenever a book hits critical mass of talk and popularity, the waitlist does tend to skyrocket.
Yes, it does. And I think it was definitely worth reading. And I'm glad I actually bought it because it is something I will reread over and over again. So I finished that this week. And then I finished Theo of Golden by Alan Levi.
Which also has a very long waitlist.
It does. And I absolutely know why. I mean, that is one of the best books I've read in many years. It's just, I think every human being should read this book because I can't say much about it. But it is an amazing book. It was recommended to me by several people here at the library, and another one that I did buy. I know I work at a library, but then I'd have to wait another 20 weeks. So I was being impatient, and I really did want some good books to read. So excellent books. I give them both 5 stars.
See how you are?
Yeah, I know. What are you reading?
Oh, I read 2 books this week. And I'm going to preface this by saying that I read them rather specifically because I'd heard that the books were awful.
Why would you want to read an awful book?
For listeners out there who are tuned into their Japanese culture and anime, there was a very famous movie in the late 80s called Vampire Hunter D about a vampire hunter named D.
That's very creative.
I know. There was actually 2 movies. There was Vampire Hunter D from 1983, and then there was a follow-up movie, Bloodlust, Vampire Hunter D, Bloodlust.
Okay.
I want to say that was 1992. Way later. Doesn't matter. Anyway, terrific movies. Just absolutely fantastic movies. But I'd heard they were based on some really terrible Japanese novels.
Oh.
And so I managed to track them down.
Of course you did.
Yeah. The author Hideyuki Kikuchi wrote, I only read the first, it's a long series.
Okay.
But I read the first 2, Vampire Hunter D and Vampire Hunter D Razor of Gales.
Okay.
And they are bad. It is amazing how someone was able to take the things presented in the book and make a movie as good as the movies ended up being.
Isn't that interesting? Because usually it's the opposite. Anytime you see a movie and you're always like, the book was better. Very rarely do you run into the opposite.
And that's part of the reason I was so curious to check them out, because it's like the movie the second movie in particular, Bloodlust, is just an amazing piece of art.
Is that a book too?
There's a bunch of books in the 57 novels in the series. According
Holy
to this.
cow.
Yeah, 57 novels in the series. They're Japanese light novels, so they're not super dense, not like a 500-page fantasy novel here. But, I mean, they're still, it takes 12 hours to get through one.
Wow.
But the books, you can see the plot, you can see the outline, but they are bad. It's hard to explain. The movies had a distinct visual style. They had a whole lot of things added to them to smooth the plot over, as it were. Mm-hmm. But you read these diamonds in the rough, and it's like, wow, yeah. How many times this book is he going to say that Vampire Hunter D is gorgeous? And the answer is a lot.
Did they use? I don't like repetitiveness like that in a book, and I don't like those same phrases over and over again unless they have a specific meaning. Yeah. Like, get a thesaurus, man. Like, try some different words.
Yeah, but also, once you've established that, okay, yes, as a half vampire, he is preternaturally handsome. Got it. You don't need to tell us every
over and
chapter.
over and over again.
You're right. Got it.
You're right. Because that is distracting, I think, in a story when there's already information you have. I don't want to be thinking about that. I want the new information.
Yeah. It's like an occasional reminder, fine.
Sure.
Get it. Like, okay, maybe I forgot that detail. Thanks for bringing it back to my attention. But when you literally every chapter hammer home the same things about people, it's like, it's getting a little old.
No,
man.
I agree. No, I agree with you there. So are you going to continue reading through the series?
I haven't decided because they are bad.
You already have established that. So I would say, you know what? Why waste your time? Because I would say, put your efforts into a better book, right?
See, but there was a certain novelty. And the thing is, I haven't reached the book yet that goes into the story of Bloodlust. So I might have to keep reading until I get to that.
How far ahead is Bloodlust then?
I don't know. It is based on the Demon Death Chase novel, which is... Oh, it's the third one. So I only have to read one more to get there.
Okay, that's not too bad.
That's
and
not
you
too
said,
bad.
yeah, but still,
just one more.
12 hours to invest in something. But if you already have that connection with the movie, I can see why you'd want to push through.
I mean, it's one of those things where clearly there were some good ideas buried behind the lack of... Maybe he gets better. I mean, he's written 57 books. Clearly.
That's true. The experience, maybe that helped him out.
I should jump to the 57th and just start reading it and see how long it takes for him to mention that Vampire Hunter D is gorgeous.
Oh, if you kept... I wonder, there's probably some kind of...
people tracking that sort of thing.
Yes, I'm sure there are.
If you're a fan of poorly written Japanese novels, do check out the Vampire Hunter D series.
You go for it. I'm going to keep trying to read good novels that get 5 stars.
They have translations. They're on Hoopla now.
Awesome.
I saw that.
Awesome.
That's actually what inspired me to hey, I can go do this.
Well, if you want to, you keep doing that then.
Yeah.
I'm going to stick with my light fiction for the summer.
All
and
right.
some nonfiction too, I believe. But
so with that being said, should we turn our attention to what's going on at your local library?
I think we should.
Fantastic. Why don't you start us off?
All right. So at the Ellis Library and Reference Center, they have lunchtime Legos. This is running from June 18th to July 23rd. It's on Thursdays at 1 o'clock. So enjoy an afternoon of open play, Lego fun, and challenges for all ages. You do need to register online, though. Who doesn't love Legos? Because on the box it even says, doesn't it say 0 to 99 years? Like the age range? You're never too old to
Once
play with
you turn
Legos.
100, you're too old.
That's true.
Okay, so it was lunch with Legos. How many Legos can you eat for lunch?
Do not tempt some of our children out there now.
You're right. All right. From me, the Maybe Branch Library and Therapy Dogs International are pleased to present Tail Waggin' Tutors. That'll be happening the last Saturday of each month from 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. The Tail Waggin' Tutors program is brought to you by Therapy Dogs International, and it encourages children to read by providing a non-judgmental listener and a furry friend to read to. Pick a book and come read with a furry friend.
I actually did my thesis on this for my master's degree. I did a lot of research, and there's a lot of science supporting animals, children being able to read to animals because they can't correct them. You know, dogs don't care if you stumble over words, right? So it's really good for your reluctant readers, and there's tons of science to back it up too. So fully support those programs.
I would read to my dog, but every time the words play or food or treat popped up.
Oh, yeah. I will say, I'm going to do a little aside here. A patron came in yesterday, and the book had obviously been found by a dog. And she's like, I got to pay for this book. She goes, my child was reading it to our dog, and the dog got to the book. So it was in pretty rough shape, but it was cute. It was cute that the kid was reading to the dog. I love that. And Mom was just like, okay, I'll just pay for the book. So, all right, back on track. Bedford DIY, July 13th. Next one is coming up from 6 to 7. Calling all crafters. Join us for a night of crafting and fun. We will make different projects each month. Your supplies will be provided. It says we meet every other month on the second Monday. Please register for each day you plan to attend so we can provide enough supplies. So go online and register. This is for adults. And I do believe Jen said that you guys were making a mushroom this next one, July 13th. So, yeah.
I do believe I saw that as well.
Yeah.
The Grand Adventures Book Club will be meeting again July 15th from 2 to 3 p.m. here at the Bedford Branch Library. Rekindle the joy of reading with your grandchildren. As a grandparent, you likely cherish reading aloud to your little ones. Keep that connection thriving with an intergenerational book club designed for elders and kids ages 5 to 10 years. Bring your grandchild and be ready to share your favorite storytime rituals, discuss great books, and explore new activities together. Please register online.
Awesome. Also going on at the Bedford Branch Library, we have summer family movies every Wednesday at 10 a.m. You guys should all be here. Bring your blankets, bring your snacks. Yesterday, it was Shrek Forever After, which was very well attended. And July 1st, our next one, it is SpongeBob. So SpongeBob is going to be coming to the movies at Bedford.
Of the Bikini Bottom SquarePantses?
I can't read the whole thing because it's too small.
But do you think it will be SpongeBob of the Bikini Bottom SquarePantses?
I cannot say.
Okay.
Cannot say.
Good to know.
So every Wednesday throughout from now until July.
The Monroe, Michigan Crochet Club meets the first Monday of every month at the Frenchtown Dixie Branch Library from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. The Monroe, Michigan Crochet Club is a group of crocheters,
I believe,
who work on enriching our community through crochet. Bring your projects and work with friends. New to crochet? No problem. We have extra supplies on hand. New members are always welcome.
Wonderful. That is a big thing that's coming back.
It is.
That's all I have for mine because I pulled one that already happened. I didn't realize it.
I've got one more to read here. So, the Zeckelman Holocaust Center Series will next be presenting Spreading Hate, Propaganda, and the Holocaust, happening Sunday, July 12th from 2 to 3 p.m. here at the Bedford Branch Library. Many people chose to support the Nazi regime during the Holocaust, and propaganda played a significant role in their thinking. Come and learn more about that here at the Bedford Branch Library. Please register online.
Wonderful. Got some great programs. I mean, this is the place to be, especially, if you're looking to save money, because our stuff's free. Like,
what if I just have too much money to spend and I don't want to save it?
You can give it to me. That's your solution. You can give it to me. and I'll buy plants.
How many people have ever stopped and said that? Like, man, I just have too much money right now.
I can't say anything because I just read a book that had something to do with that. And yep, yep.
See how you
Yep,
are?
that whole thinking theory right there.
Well, if you happen to be listening on YouTube, please be sure to like and subscribe and hit the ring bell for notifications. If you feel so inclined, leave us a comment down below letting us know what you've been reading or if a question for Michelle that she might answer here on our show. If you're listening on Spotify, please be sure to like the page and like the episode as a whole.
Excellent.
Do you have anything you'd like to add?
One thing, it is going to be brutally hot next week. Please keep an eye on your gardens. They may need more water than typically, but also watch yourself. Don't be out there in the heat of the day, man, because I know I'm not going to be doing that.
You can't stop me.
Oh, you can, because I don't even garden. I don't know why we're even talking about that.
We'd certainly like to thank you for listening. And this has been In the Library with
Michelle.
And I'm Adrian.